So today we're going to take a look at the Smith Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 380. If you're looking for a pocket-sized self-defense option, this little gun has a lot to offer. But is it the right choice for you? I don't know. Let's figure out. I do like the improved texture to these. It's a little more aggressive than the previous model. It means a little better control when you're holding it. The grip panels really help provide a secure hold without it being too rough on the hands. And, you know, I'm a delicate flower, so this is kind of a nice texture for me, not tearing me up too bad as we shoot. It is chambered in 380, you know, popular choice for concealed carry pistols. Very manageable recoil. I'm really impressed with what they did with these. I really thought they were going to be a little bit obnoxious, but not too bad at all. Kind of shocked, quite frankly. Not a bad amount of self-defense rounds, especially if shooting some hollow points, which I highly suggest. It is a great option for anyone who needs something that's reliable and compact. Some of the extra features, you know, it's a great backup gun. If you need something you're going to drop in your pocket or a small holster, or, you know, if you're going to purse carry, definitely worth considering. As for the slide, it's actually really easy to rack. I was kind of surprised. Sometimes you get some of these smaller frame guns, it takes a lot to get to them, but this one actually is fairly easy to move. Simple, you know, the usual pull type situation, a little bit easier to rack. Got cocking serrations in the front too. I'm not a big fan of getting my hand out in front of a gun, but not a lot of force to pull that back. So they did a nice job with that too. Really enjoy how easy that is to move the slide. And if you got someone who is, you know, not quite as strong and can't handle some of the slides in some of the bigger guns, I actually prefer this over the EZs. The EZs are a little harder to shoot just because of the safety that's in the grip. But these, as far as pulling the slide goes, not much harder than the EZ, so it is a good option for people who maybe have arthritis or smaller hands who can't grip a full-size slide. So the sights on these are not exactly target sights. When you start looking at the sights on this, the rear sight is actually a pretty open sight. A little bit harder to tell here, but when you look down this sight, it's pretty open. Not a precise gun. It can be with little practice, but for the distance you're going to be probably shooting this at, are we really looking for precision in a small 380 handgun? Probably not. So it does its job. So kind of overall, it is easy to conceal, fairly comfortable to shoot. Trigger coming in around 7 pounds. It's a little heavy, but it's crisp. So it's not a really hard gun to shoot, even with the trigger being a little bit heavy, but something that small that's going to fit in your pocket. Probably don't want something super light if you're carrying it in ways that, you know, aren't necessarily the best, even though you should always have your trigger guard covered, right? And the trigger guard is actually fairly open, fairly good size to get your hand into. So if you got bigger hands, you can still get a finger in there, so it's pretty good. The safety is a traditional manual safety. It is kind of hard to engage and disengage, so something you need to think through. I know a few people who carry these with the safety off. Yeah, that always scares me. But, you know, to each their own. Do what you feel is safe and what is best. So overall, I really like these for a small concealed carry gun. Come on in, check them out. We've got one for rent, and I think you'll enjoy how easy they are to shoot and how much fun they are.